general store, and he claims that he's being robbed at night, losing all this money. But he's going to go stake the place out and guard it. But first he takes out the $1 million life insurance policy, $27,000, 1894 money. So goes into his general stores. Second night he's there, it burns down. He was sleeping on a cot, dies in this fire. Poor Frank Novak. But they bury him and send the contract to Travelers. Where's our money? And Travelers doesn't want to pay it, so they send out 2 detectives. And they, his teeth and his rings were underneath the cot, you know, that had burned. And they get the dentist who made the teeth. They said, "These Frank Novak's teeth?" "Yeah, I made them. Those are his teeth." They said, "Dig up the body, bring up the body, cut the head off, and the teeth don't fit." They got a murder on their hands. His teeth and his rings were underneath the cot. They got a murder on their hands. Novak has been going to the Czech Village in Cedar Rapids and gambling his ass off illegally, losing everything. That's what's really happened. Now his widow's going to get $1 million. Travelers Insurance doesn't want to pay it. They got a murder. They go get an old Pinkerton detective who looks like physical attributes of a bulldog. And he said, "This is a picture of Frank Novak. You bring us back the real thing." Well, Novak's on the run. He's under assumed names. This guy won't leave without getting his man. So he goes to Denver, all around Colorado. He's getting a sniff of this. He's been here. Ends up in San Francisco. He knows he's been there. He's going up for the big Klondike strike of 1895 in Alaska. So he says that's where he's going. So he beats him up to Dawson City, Alaska. This detective almost dies, you know, on the White Horse River. And all these people are saying, "Why don't you just pan for gold, make some?" He's like, "No, got to get my man." On the dock at Dawson City, boat coming in, on the bow is Frank Novak. And he grabs him and he says, "You're coming with me back to Iowa." "Oh, I'm not Frank." Drags his ass all the way across Canada to Cedar Rapids, where he stands trial, where for the first time in American history, they used forensics to prove a man guilty. So that happened in Cedar Rapids, 1895. Frank Novak gets sent to, he gets found guilty, he gets sent to Iowa State Penitentiary, where Frank Novak, and I'm listening to this thing on the radio, you know, interview with this author who wrote the book, where Frank Novak became the photographer for all the incoming inmates. Those same goddamn glass plates that I've been digitizing, this guy took those for 20 years of every guy coming in. And I was like, it's kind of freaky. Yeah, and it was a Halloween when that was on the radio. And I was just like, how coincidental, I'm listening to this story. So School in the Ashes is the book, and I've talked to the author, and I think he did a lot of research, and I think he'd be a big help for doing the history.
Is he a local guy?
No, he's from Ohio, and I think he did a tour of eastern Iowa with his book.
That's crazy.
And that's the shortest story I've ever told, according to Roberts.